Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the first league race here on F123 for the Division 1 series here in Hennessey Performance Racing League. I am Ballstick, joined with my good buddy Big Jim.
What's going on, y'all?
This is our first Division 1 race of the season. This is race 1 at Bahrain International Speedway, or whatever it's called, but you get the gist. As we are here in qualifying with about 16 minutes to go. We have a good amount of drivers on the outlap right now. They're getting out early, as I think we see the is it the Alpine or is it the Williams? It's the Williams of Riley exiting the final turn to enter the front stretch and begin his first flying lap of the day. How we doing tonight, Jim? How we feeling?
I'm really excited for this. I don't know much about F1, as everybody knows, but I know that it's grabbed quite an audience in Hennessey. We had about an average of about 40 people in the draft video, so everybody was really excited to see who was going to go on which team. So there's a lot of energy that is generated by this part of the league. So I'm excited. I think we'll see a good race today, and hopefully for the rest of the season. I think there's going to be a lot of good battles all season long.
Yeah, I think so too. And this is a stacked group of guys. Here we got Useless as a Cat, known as Fortnite Racing, and Nicholas Latifi, who is their past champion. I think last season he won the championship. We got Tiger NASCAR, the Heredia God. We got Always Joker, Jackson Altman, Clay the Monkey. I don't know if I should say that on live, his full name. That one Portuguese as well. We got a bunch of other guys learning the game as is. So we have a few guys getting on a medium or no traffic control, so we'll see how those guys shake out to be. As we see Riley entering the final turn and now exiting the final turn on the front stretch, we'll see he will be the first car of the day to set a lap. And the lap is a 1:29.4 on the softs. As Tiger NASCAR is not too far behind him, we'll see if he can top that, and he cannot. While on mediums, he sets a 1:30.2. Clay with a 1:30.5 on softs. And then I think we just saw that Mercedes cross the line to go on their flying lap. Next car is the Heredia God. We'll see where he ends up here. Oh, and he takes the pole.
There you go.
By
That's
3/10. Mr. Hex here qualified fourth so far with a 1:30.3.
I would watch out for Jackson Altman once he starts to put some laps down. There he goes.
Altman.
He goes a second, but I've seen his time trial laps, and he is speedy. He is very good at Bahrain. So this is one of the best racetracks on the circuit, so he's very excited to be here.
Yeah, so we got Jackson with a 1:26.1, Always Joker with a 1:29.9. Clay set a 1:30.5. Elite Precision with a 1:31.2. As Useless goes up to 1:29.3 in third. Killer 1:33.9 on intermediates. Bold strategy, but that's really not that far off of these guys on softs. That's interesting. I wonder how long he's been in the lab with those things. But we got 11 cars qualified so far. Williams back-to-back in 4th and 5th. Josh qualified with a 1:29.7. Last night's winner in Division 2. So congrats to him once again. See if he can sweep the week.
Yeah, Josh was very fast last night and had a spirited battle with Spin and Win. They had a little contact there later in the stages of the race, but that was really fun to watch back. We were in the race, but watching it back, those guys were going crazy for it.
Baseball Kid with a 1:35.1. We'll probably hop back out here on new softs, or we'll keep going on these old softs. See if we can improvement on that lap. That one, Porchy Dude with a 1:34.3 on mediums. I wonder what the call is with these mediums. I don't know if they have to save tires for the next session, but there's only one qualifying session, so I don't see why not. Just go on the softs. unless for some reason we are in a full qualifying session, but I did not think so. As we have, I think, Josh coming around for his second lap.
So, sorry,
It's not a
I'm dumb. How do I look at the tires?
So go to spectator menu,
Yep.
and it says detail,
Yes.
and you
Okay.
can do tires, best lap, which I'll probably keep tires up during the race.
Yeah, sorry, I'm the one that's controlling
To
the stream
leader.
tonight, boys. So I will
Yeah.
be learning as we go. Hopefully, won't be missing
So
too much
for
of the
right
action.
now, I would say gap is fastest lap, and during the race do gap leader or something. But I think that they
Okay.
changed from session to session. As Baseball Kid actually climbs up to fourth with a 1:29.4. That is a 6-second improvement on his lap time throughout this session. The Slick NASCAR's on his outlet. Actually in the second to last corner.
There was a lot of hype around Baseball Kid in the off season. A lot of guys talking
Yes.
about him being a dark horse for the championship. So I'll be very interested to see how he performs throughout the season. Hopefully, he can make all the races because we didn't see much of him in in the NASCAR heat side, but there are a lot of talented guys on the F1 side.
Speaking about NASCAR, since they were both in trucks, that one Porsche dude, his series mate, jumps up to P8 with the mediums with the 1:29.9. But yeah, the thing about Baseball Kid is that he was on full traction control as of, I think, before the season started, but he's put in that grind, he's put in the effort on, I think, either medium or no TC, and he's already up to P4 in these qualifying standings. That's pretty cool to see, because I think we have Slick NASCAR. I think he's coming in the sector too. Yep. We see guys here who haven't made a lap yet. We have Masopes, Kenny, Electric Days, and Hale State. Kenny is still in the pits, while Masopes, Electric, and Hale State are all in their outlaps.
Let's go ahead on to Hale State. He's he's driving for Haas this season. I think he might actually be team owner, isn't he?
No.
He isn't? Is there a team owner for Haas?
Yes. Okay, so Hale State is actually on AlphaTauri, but since Haas needed a reserve for tonight, Hale State stepped on in. Doing Haas a favor as Slick is about to cross the line. Qualifies with a 1:31.5, just in front of Killer XL in those intermediates.
Gotta warm up those intermediates.
Gotta get that practice. You never know when you're gonna need intermediates on a dry track.
Especially in the desert.
True. As Electric Days is on his flying lap in Sector 2. A lot of cautions out, but that's only because of slow cars either pitting in or on their outlap. So there's nothing to worry about. I think Jackson Altman's on his second lap of this session. Same with, I think it's Hale State. Hale State's on his first. I lost him. There he is. No changes here yet, but with Mason, Electric, and Hale State. As I think we just saw Electric Days jump to P12 with a 1:30. Hale State in Sector 2, as well as Masopes, and Kenny LaFleur is on his outlet.
I think Clay might just went to 6th right there. So that was a pretty good lap
Yeah,
on him.
I think Clay went to 6th. Elite Precision. What happened to him? Elite Precision wrecked out.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Wow. I wish we could go back and see that. Because you are not allowed to retire on track as an option. And Josh!
Oh, here we go.
16:09 with a 1:29.176 to take the pole position away from the Heredia God. And
then useless.
Oh my God! With a blazing lap, 1:28.727 for useless as a cat. to take that pole position away from Josh. As
That's a
Jackson Ullman
time
is not
trial
too
lap
far
right
behind.
there.
That is, as Jackson Ullman climbs to P2 with a 1:28.797. That would be the pole lap, but he was just a little bit too late.
Yeah, just to give you an idea, I don't think we were ever getting close to that. I think
No,
I
it was
was
not.
closer to 130s in even in qualifying
Yeah.
pace. I was like 129.9. So these
As
guys,
Josh retires.
there's a reason these guys are best of the best in the league.
As we see Porchy, Killer, and Kenny all in their out laps, all on softs this time around. I think someone just jumped up somewhere, but I can't tell who it was. Kenny's on his flying lap. I think a Hawk spun out in sector 2.
I'm gonna go on board with Porchy for this this fast lap.
Not a bad idea there. Taking on the final corner. We'll see where he jumps to. There is no improvement
No improvement.
with his time. I think he's fourth. No. It looks like he's still going strong, so I think we'll see second lap come out of him. As we see Kenny.
Yeah, I want to see what his.
Killer crossing the line.
Oh yeah, this is his fast lap. That other one was just a warm up lap. He sells all his ERS.
Another caution out in sector 2. Kenny on his flying lap. Coming up to the second to last turn here on this track. See what he puts in.
That is so much data you can put on the on the stream at once. Y'all wanted to see everything.
Yeah. Kenny
There
got
you
loose
go.
out of the final turn. We'll see where he stacks up. P12, 130.425.
Porchy's still on 100% ERS.
Yeah, he might
Little
have been warming up
confused.
in tires still. He might have
2 laps of warming up the tires.
That's it. Yeah, but he says these Hawks have 0 laps on him. I think the out lap thing turns off after a certain minute. But I think this is his flying lap, so we'll see where he lines up on these softs. And no improvement there. He was a bit off at this last time.
Here we go. ERS looks to be deployed now. Went down 20% on the straightaway there.
Oh, I guess this is flying lap.
This is his flying lap. He's using DRS and ERS.
As Killer jumps up to P12 with a 130 flat.
Yeah, I'm guessing he must have taken off those intermediates, but on maybe hards or mediums.
Porchy with a purple sector for sector 1.
He is.
Fastest
So
in the
one thing
session.
I've noticed, maybe he was trying to lessen the fuel load in the back because he is on red blinking right now.
True. We have 4 cars on their out lap and a couple more. So I think we'll see a few more last minute laps. As Porchy comes around to the end of sector 2.
I'm getting the feeling this is going to be a pretty good lap.
Yeah. Oh, he invalidated.
Oh, did he?
This whole track is red.
Oh.
I think I know where. I think it was
Yeah.
sector 2.
Yeah,
I saw him come out. Yep.
that's a really tough corner after the sweeping S's.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, oh yeah, I should have caught on. The whole track was red. So we're going to see Killer XL here come around the final turn. I think this is his second lap, or he's pitting. We'll see what happens. He is pitting.
Yep. That's going to do it for Killer.
Right on board with either Slick or Clay.
Let's go on with
I
Slick.
think Slick just started his lap. I think Clay just finished his lap. No improvement.
So I think Slick is the call-up, right? He was in the D2 race as well.
Slick was in the D2. Hale State is D2 as well. Josh was D2. So we have 3 call-ups for tonight. No full-on just free agents racing tonight either.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think if there was a free agent in here finishing top 10, I think that should just a team owner should see that and give him that seat. We see Slick coming around at the sector 2.
So maybe you can remind all the viewers. I know what some of these team names are, but maybe you could go through here and read off all the teammates because
Yep.
that'd be a good way to start.
So far in this qualifying session with 1 lap to go, or 1 minute to go, I mean, there is 1 Alpine in the field, and that Alpine is on the pole position with useless as a cat. So he is Team Alpine. He's also the team owner of Alpine. In P2 and P12, we have the Red Bull teammates of Jackson, Altman, and Killer XL. P3 and P5 is Aston Martin, owner of Heredia God, with Tiger NASCAR as his D1 teammate. I forgot to mention Jackson Altman is the Red Bull team owner. In P6, we have McLaren with Mr. Hex, the team owner, and Elite Precision is also his teammate in McLaren. Currently P16, he did retire, unfortunately, early. So, as we have a late edition of the Haas, we'll get to. We have Baseball Kid and Always Joker, Mercedes teammates. P8 and P10, Always Joker is the Mercedes team owner. AlphaTauri sits P9 and P14, with team owner Electric Days in P14 and Clay in 9th. P11 and P17 are the Alfa Romeo racing teammates of that one Portuguese dude and Slick NASCAR, which Slick is a call-up, so he is not the definite driver of that car. That driver is Team Air Jordan, who couldn't make it tonight. Ferrari teammates Kenny LaFleur and Masopes qualifying P13 and 15, with Masopes the Ferrari team owner, as well as the Haas cars 18th and 19th, with movement getting in here late. New team owner for them, that's Paul Walker Supra, aka Jay, who's the D2 driver. He was team owner as of today, and I think that's about it. So, I don't know if we went over Williams. Williams is P5 and 6, with Josh 10-1609 and Riley 48, and Riley is the team owner of Williams. Couldn't remember if I went over that or not. Movement has retired and left the session, unfortunately.
Interesting.
So I don't know what the game plan with that was. If he's not supposed to race, or if he is just trying to spectate. As score update on the Philadelphia-Tampa Bay game, it is 3-1 in Philly's favor, top of the 11th.
Heck yeah.
And Pirates-Dodgers doesn't start for another 50 minutes.
That's about right. It's in LA.
Yep.
But how about that for useless as a cat? Again, a guy we didn't see very much of on Heat, but puts down a flyer, able to get the pole here in Bahrain, season opener for season 5 F1 23.
Season 3 champion. As going over the starting lineup, P1 useless as a cat, P2 Jackson Altman, P3 Heredia, 4th is Hex, 5th is Josh, 6th is Riley, 7th we have Tiger NASCAR, 8th we have Baseball Kid, 9th is Clay, 10th is Joker, 11th is Kenny LaFleur with his teammate Masopes right behind him. In P12, P13 is that one Porchy dude, P14 is Killer, P15 is Electric, 16th is Elite Precision, 17th is Slick NASCAR, 18th is Hail State, and 19th is Movement if he comes back to the race.
Yeah, tough scenes there for the Haas's.
First, they don't have a team owner until today, and then they have bottom 2 starts. But hey, the start doesn't matter. It's all what you can do in the race, you know. A lot of the part of these F1 races is straight up survival. So as long as you can survive with seeing a couple safety cars, if they do come out, I think you should be A-okay going for points at that point. But let's get some race predictions out, Jim. Who do you think will be the top three of this race?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say, just because of what I've seen out of the time trial hot laps, I'm going to say Jackson goes ahead and wins this one. Second, I'm going to say is going to be Hex, and third is going to be Joker. That's my top three, but there's a lot of good choices for this one, a lot of fast guys. And Useless as a Cat winning the pole is starting to make me start to question myself a little bit. But how about you, Dylan?
I'd say my top three is I think it's going to be a good battle between Jackson and Useless. We saw Jackson in the exhibition race, as this is the formation lap here, so we got some more time to talk. So between Jackson and Useless, I think Useless might take the cake on that one. I think he might come out as the winner with Jackson P2. And I'm thinking Josh will finish third on the podium.
That'd be
I
really
think we'll
impressive
see a
for
lot
Josh
of
to go podium back to back in D2 and D1.
yeah.
That'd be really impressive.
I think we'll see a lot of movers. I think Porchy Dude will come up a few spots. I think a Killer may also come up a few spots. But I think since Baseball Kid is new with this medium traction control or no traction control, he might fall back a few spots before the end of the race if he's not fully used to that setup yet when it comes down to the assists. But we're going to see how this shakes up. We'll see who and who aren't quality lap merchants. And we're going to have a fun time tonight.
It was very chaotic going into turn one last night in the D2 race. A lot of dive bombing, a lot of jockeying for position. I don't know how antsy these guys are going to be, but keep an eye on that start. That's usually where all the action is.
All right, let's see who's on what tire, shall we? As the majority of the field are on mediums and hards, I think it's split between those two. That one Porch Dude, P13, starting on the softs.
Yeah, two guys started on softs. I think they were the same team last night. It might have been Red Bull, if I'm not mistaken. But they were fast for a couple laps, but they did fall off. Actually, it might have been Josh. Josh might have been the one that started in that team. They might have been the one that started on the softs last night. But they were fast for a while, and they did get passed because obviously the tire life of the softs is not as durable as the mediums. But we're going to go ahead and get ready here to line up on the grid, Dylan.
Yes, sir. We will have these guys line up in their spots where they must sit, where they started or qualified. But I do think these softs will get eaten up pretty quickly. I think they'll only last maybe a good, like with soft good life, you'll probably get 5-6 laps out of them, but they can go 9. But I wouldn't go anything more than 10. In all seriousness, that's a whole third of the race. The softs aren't supposed to last that long. So we'll see what kind of strategy. I feel like he'll be on softs to hards, as Slick NASCAR. It says he disqualified, but he is, as there are 5 lights. The lights are out, and away we go here at Bahrain International Circuit. As we see a few cars jump out. And we'll see what kind of changes we see here after turn 1 as the Red Bull already tries to make a move. But he will lose a spot there to Heredia God. As there's a lot of shuffle, and the Haas, one Haas is really slow off the pace there. As a McLaren is off track.
Yeah, that looked like to be elite precision back there. Still struggling with the feel of these cars.
True, as Useless as a Cat already has an early lead of 1 second and counting. But Jackson, I think, will be able to come back up there and regain all that time. His Portuguese dude went up already 3 spots from the start of the race. Josh already makes a quick move to third. Heredia falls back to 4th.
Yeah, all kind of single filed out here. Obviously, DRS not on for 2 laps. Shuttle back through the field here.
We're already about single filed up. I do think we'll see some battles here come shortly. Chaotic restarts here. You gotta love them. As Useless leads the first lap of the race. on those mediums.
Yeah, that was a really good start from Useless, and he is getting the power down, able to keep that 1 second gap. He's going to want to keep that next time by. Make sure he stays out of that DRS of Jackson Altman.
Seems to me on my end the ticker's a bit bugged.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's just Heredia is a minute 33 behind Josh.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
As Movement has retired.
Movement?
He pitted. He's
done?
Retired on pit road.
Retired the car?
Yep. It might have been a mechanical issue there for the Haas.
In typical Haas fashion. There's a caution somewhere.
Yep. You hate to see it, but he is back on the track?
I'm lost because there's a caution out in Sector 1. And it's a white dot back there. That's Haas.
Yeah,
okay, so that might
track.
be... Yeah, that's Movement. So that's probably going to be a penalty. You can't do that.
I mean, there's nothing for him to lose here. It's a 0-point day. So I don't see what kind of penalty he'll receive. I think it'll only be a few seconds, but...
Well, we just got word from the driver of the Haas that there was a screwdriver in the engine. I'm not sure who left that in there. These things are billion-dollar, million-dollar vehicles, and someone left a screwdriver in there.
How'd they figure that one out so soon? Fall out on pit road?
I mean, they they didn't even get down pit road before they were able to diagnose the issue. Oh, here we go. A little battle back here between Hex and Tiger. Tiger going to take a peek, going to think better of it. It's very hard to make a pass in this sector right here, the early sector or the early section of Sector 2. It just seems like these sweepers, I guess you'll call them, very hard to make a pass. You want to make the pass in a deep braking zone.
Indeed, and that's how you really just have to dive it on in there and hope you get it to stick sometimes. As we see that one port you up 5 spots from the start of the race on those softs, which will get eaten up soon. What kind of strategy? Oh,
someone
we see
loose.
a couple AlphaTauris get loose back there. One of them loses a couple spots. And it's Slick NASCAR loses a bunch of time on Clay.
Yeah, Clay got super sideways coming off of, I think that's turn 6?
Something.
Turn something.
Turn something.
1, 2,
Middle
3,
of Sector 2.
4, 5, 6. Turn 7 or 8. One of the two. Maybe 9. But whatever it was, he got super loose. Heck of a job to save it. He isn't going to DNF out of this one yet.
I think it was Electric Days to get loose, or it was one or the other. They were together as we see a battle here for second between Josh and Jackson as Josh gets that move done into turn 1.
Beautiful execution. I wonder if any of the experience he got from last night helped him with that because.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I imagine he used a little bit of ERS to make that.
As Clay the Monkey pits for hards and a new front wing. I don't feel safe calling him Clay the Monkey, but...
You just call him Clay.
Yeah, I plan on just calling him Clay. But it just rolls off the tongue. As Movement has left the session. I don't know if he was even supposed to be here, but we're not going to harp on that. As we see DRS was activated, I think that's on this side, a lot prior.
Yeah, DRS is actually allowed. Yeah, last lap,
yep.
I think.
Porchy up another spot. He is flying on these softs.
Yeah, this is what Josh was able to do last night. I think it was Josh who was on the softs. He pulled away from the field a little bit, and I think he kind of rubber banded back because of those tires falling away on the later stage of the runs. There's a caution.
It is the Haas of Hale State struggling to get that car straight, but
yep,
he does.
There he is.
As he's got the AlphaTauri of Clay coming up on him soon. It's unfortunate for that Haas driver.
Yeah, that is. But going back to the
contact made entering turn 1 as Riley gets turned around by I think always Joker. It was
Uh-oh.
either Joker or Baseball Kid. I saw the Mercedes turn the Williams. It might have been always Joker, but we will see.
Tough
We'll
early
check
break
in
there for
soon.
Riley. But
He's
he
got to
is
hope
fast.
for a safety car, man.
I like how
No
his
front
number
wing
is 48.
damage. Yep. Default number is 3, so we see Killer rocking that for Danny Ritt in the Red Bull. Looks like a dream come true. The 3 on a Red Bull there. As Ricardo did return to Red Bull as the Haas spins
Oh!
around one more time. As the
I think that
Alpine
was
gets flying.
Joker that almost died right there. Able to keep it off the wall. That's the second time we've seen a car have a near catastrophe there out of turn 9.
Yeah, turn 9 is dangerous here. You get on the gas a bit too soon, and you might see the inside wall, or the left side wall, I should say.
I'm going to go back up here to third because it looks like Jackson is drawing a bead on Josh. He is in DRS.
Fortunately, he has a gain to get 8/10 in 2 laps on Hex here. P6 and 7.
Yeah, he'll do that for a little while. Maybe like the first 9-10 laps, but after that he's going to be holding on for dear life. Oh, battle back there. That looks like that's battle between Riley. Riley trying to make his way back up here. Going around Masopes. Oh, he dives in there. Oh my goodness. Well, and he's going to get turned. Oh, wow. Riley is going through it right now. Almost got turned by, I think that was Electric. As Electric's actually going to let him by. I think he felt bad about it. So, Riley's back up to P12. As we have another caution. And it's another Haas. Dylan, I don't know if you're talking, but I think your mic might have died on you.
Dude, I've been trying to talk this whole time, but
Yeah.
when they retire in pit road, it will show a caution in the front driver. I was like talking the whole time, bro. Come on.
Yeah. I heard you for maybe probably like a
minute.
minute ago. That was the last time I heard you.
Yeah, because if I plug my headset in my controller, it echoes. So I can't.
There we go. Josh peeking to the inside for second. He's going to have that. So move Josh back up to second. And this is what's going to end up happening. These two are going to get in a battle because of the DRS. They're just going to keep going back and forth on each other. This is what me and Jocko were doing last night.
As the Red Bull gets back by, if Jackson Altman gets by Josh, as Reddy's there to pounce.
Oh, wheel to wheel. The Williams not going to lift it. He's going to go around.
Good thing these cars ghost, or else he would have gotten clobbered by Tiger.
He had a perfect view of that one. Just the most difficult place on the racetrack to make a pass, it feels like. And that's going to put the Williams back to back there for about, looks like, 10th and 11th. So the Williams is having a little bit of trouble early here in Bahrain.
I'm going to try and plug my mic into my controller, and if it echoes, just let me know.
Oh, we have another caution. Looks like that might be Slick NASCAR back there. See him off the pace a little bit. But yeah, go ahead, Dylan. Keep our...
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Is it echoey?
A little bit, but we can work around it.
Alright, because this is the only way I can make sure it won't do that thing.
Cool.
I don't know what's causing the echo of it.
Oh, check out this. Aston Martin's working together to get around the Red Bull. Well, one of them's going to be able to do it. Heredia able to get around Jackson. Tiger in hot pursuit.
I wonder if Jackson has any underbody damage. I don't think so, though.
It was very light contact. Yeah, it was on the side, it felt like.
I think it was, too. As we see a battle of 4 positions between Mercedes and its sister team Williams, but I think Riley has fallen off that battle by quite a bit. But we see 8th, 9th, and 10th all together. 7th not too far ahead with 6th Mr. Hex and Porchy in 5th. As that Red Bull is going to try and make a move on the McLaren up here, and he cannot get close.
I'm going to keep an eye back here on this battle. I know that 2nd is still heating up there, but I'm interested in this little DRS train as one, looks like a Ferrari went off back there. That might have been Miss Soaps, able to keep it off the wall. But I'm going to keep my eye right here on 10th through, looks like 6th, maybe 5th. Yeah, 10th through 5th.
Yeah.
See how these softs are treating Porchy.
Yeah, 7 laps on them, they will die off soon. No telling when, but it is lap 9. It is lap 9. They are 8 lap old softs. So we see positions switch up for Jackson and Heredia as Jackson takes away P2. I'll just say, Useless as a Cat is gone. He's 5.5 seconds ahead of 2nd place.
So I'll tell you the main thing was he was actually going, you know, he was the one that was able to get out of the DRS early. He never allowed Jackson or Heredia or any of these guys Hex. None of them could have latched onto his DRS. So he was able to get away early, and since then it's been these guys all battling each other from 2nd on back.
Yep. As we see Josh get by Baseball Kid there. This hasn't been a bad race so far. It's been pretty entertaining here in the middle of the pack. About 2nd to, I'd say, probably 10th. This whole time as Clay passes Slick for P16.
Yeah, Useless as a Cat, his fastest lap is 7/10ths quicker than Jackson's or anybody else in this race. So, again, I think that was at the very beginning of the run, trying to get away from the DRS, and was able to successfully. If there isn't a safety car, I feel like he just has to maintain. I think he'll be fine. A lot of race left, though. Can't be making those assumptions now.
Oh, yeah. Freddie gets by Jackson once again. As Jackson's right there to try and battle back as her Tiger's right behind Jackson as well. Might try to take away P3 here shortly. He's just been there ready to pounce this entire time if his teammate and Jackson were to get into it. Jackson breaks a bit early there. Tiger not too far behind on this hard, so this is going to last a good time for him. Good amount of time. He's the fastest on the hards at the moment. Closest car on hards is 7th with Killer XL. Only one pit stop so far, and that was Clay due to the front wing. He made that early switch to the hard as well.
And this battle for 2nd still hasn't waited off. It's going to take a mistake for someone to get out of DRS and allow one of these guys to get away. But I think all of them are kind of the same pace, so it's going to be really hard. It's really going to take someone getting loose.
They seem to alternate positions every lap or so. Neither car wants to burn up their tires too much. I think it's just smart if they just keep that slingshot train going. But I don't think anybody's catching Useless unless there's a late safety car and there's some tire changes here. As Porgy's on 10 lap softs.
Ooh,
Killer making a move on Hex. Gets it done. Jackson and Heredia swapping positions. That was super close there.
Again, we saw what happened to Josh earlier when he got into the side of Jackson. I thought that was going to be the exact same thing that was going to happen to Heredia there, but fantastic job of him to keep it off of him. Oh, caution?
There's a caution for
and it's Josh
Williams. Yep.
Yeah, Josh
I wish we
around
could go
once
back.
again, and it looks like that was going to be the same exact corner as what happened earlier out of turn 9. Or, sorry,
I
turn
wish we could
7.
have instant replay. That'd be great if we could, but we could not.
I don't know if there's any contact there, if he just lost it, but again, that was in the high-speed S's section.
A lot of times in F1, you'd see teammates back-to-back, and we've seen that with three different teams here. Heredia and Tiger, Aston Martin teammates, 3rd and 4th. We see Mercedes teammates, Baseball Kid and Joker, 8th and 9th. As well as Williams, Riley, and Josh, 10th and 11th. As we have another caution on the track for the McLaren of Elite Precision. As Kenny LaFleur gets by him. Tough break. Elite's still learning the ropes here, so...
Yeah, good on him for
Only
going
is-
straight into Division 1. That's
Yeah.
impressive on itself. As Josh has hit pit road, it looks like he has seen enough of his tires overheating, and he is going to hit pit road
Yeah.
for some new mediums.
Those things have got to be eaten up by this track.
We'll see if it's mediums. Hold on. I might have misled. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go on hards. So that's the tire change. Only 4 cars, well, technically only 2 active cars have made pit stops in this race.
Sorry about that. But, yep, Josh is on those hards. Those might be able to get to the end. Those would be able to get to the end of the race for him if there is no safety car here. But,
So did that open up pit road here? I know that sometimes the strategy tells you 13 to 17 is when you want to
Yeah.
make your first stop. So did that open up pit road for these guys, or you think they go a little longer?
I think so. I think we'll see at least Porchy come in shortly with those softs, because those things, he's just losing time. Oh, he gained it. Oh. Yeah, as I say
perfect
that,
call.
he is coming down in pit lane.
He will make pit speed. No penalty.
Nope. No penalties here for pit road for Josh, Clay, or Porchy. They've entered just fine. I think that is an optimal stop, too. Putting on the mediums.
Mediums. He's going
Not a
fast.
bad choice. I wonder if he'll go for the Yarno Opmir strategy and go soft, medium, soft here.
Full
Which
push
is a
all the
valid
time.
strategy, but, yep. But you only might get one set of softs. But unless you save them in qualifying and carry over, but I'm really not sure.
Useless as a cat. 7.2 seconds up the road from anybody else. Fluctuating a little bit around there, but around 7 seconds away from Jackson, Heredia, and Tiger. They have a nice gap on Killer, Mr. Hex, Baseball Kid, Joker, and then Joker has a good lead on Riley, and then it's just kind of on back from there. But field kind of spreading out here. The main battles we're seeing, we have little DRS trains going on, second to fourth, and then 5th to 8th. That's where your DRS trains are.
Someone leave the session? Oh, Slick NASCAR pitted. He's on new hards. 46 seconds behind 16th place.
Let's go ahead and see what the position changes from the start. +9 for Killer XL. Pretty good outing for him so far. Josh obviously starting 4th or 5th. He has fallen back 11 spots from the start after a couple of mistakes early. And yeah, Clay -6. Tiger up 3. Baseball Kid up 1. Joker up 2. Electric up 4. Electric is... I never know what to expect of him. You're either going to get a really good race out of the guy, or he's going to wreck the car. There's no real in-between, but right now he is sitting there just outside of the points, trying to run down Masopes for 10th place.
True. They were swapping spots back there, too.
So now the entire field on mediums and hards. 14 laps on these mediums for Useless, Jackson, Heredia. 14 laps for Tiger and Killer. So all these guys putting on some good lap on there. So I'm wondering when you start seeing these guys hit pit road, it's got to be getting close to it.
Yeah, we'll see these guys on meetings come soon.
Change for position right there for 3rd place. Tiger. Past his teammate in Heredia.
As we see Tiger and Heredia still 3rd and 4th. Tiger making up a lot of time on these hards. They will get better as the time goes along. Same thing with Killer. 3rd and 5th. Top 2 on those hards.
Yeah, those guys are going to stay out longer than the guys on the mediums, obviously. So,
yeah.
If you are Tiger, I think you got to get around Jackson relatively quick and try to see if you can get into this gap on the other medium driver, Useless. This is the time where you're going to have to make up your time, because once everyone goes on the same tires, that advantage is going to go away. No penalties for anybody in the field yet. I think almost everybody had a penalty in Division 2 last night by this point. Nope, no off-track penalties, no...
Not yet.
Yeah, no collision penalties. This is pretty impressive for the Premier Series here in F1.
Looks like NASCAR has actually been lapped by the leaders. I think by the top 8.
He's going to go ahead and let everyone by. But I think F1 does ghost him. It looks like he's a little bit transparent there. So they just go through him. No worries about griefing, even though we know Slick would never do that. They want to make sure that we have fair races here. Tiger's still having trouble getting around Jackson. He's they're still losing time to Useless as well. They lost about 2 seconds over the last 3 or 4 laps. Still battling each other here for P2.
Yeah. Useless is 8 seconds ahead. That is crazy. As Elite Precision gets passed by Josh for 15th. Josh, I believe, will need a safety car. Yes. All these guys that are probably 13th on back will need safety cars. But we still need to see the rest of the field pit.
Oh, is Heredia down pits? Yes, he is.
Yep. I wonder where he'll go to. I wonder if he'll go to the hards here. As he goes to the softs.
Those are softs, yeah.
Do you have your tire thing up?
I can see the sidewall of the tires, but yes, I can also look up.
Yeah. I was going to say, because you can also do that if you're looking at them. Like, you can have it on the ticker. Helping you out.
And Clay, also down pit road. So I don't think Useless needs to freak out just about now. He can't really get undercut with that 8-second lead. So he doesn't have to worry about pitting right now. But he's going to want to start thinking about it soon. I imagine his tires are not the best at the moment.
No.
Jackson and Tiger still running 2nd and 3rd back to back.
I do think Useless, this is the game that he mainly plays and stuff like that, so I think he's got a good advantage on the rest of the field. Because we see a huge gap between 7th and 8th. 12 seconds split them. The Portuguese on those newer mediums than Joker, so.
Baseball kid looks like he's going to hit pit road. Oh, and he sped.
Oh.
First penalty of the day.
5-second penalty for baseball kid. Tough scenes for the Mercedes driver.
Not funny. He's going to put on the softs as well. So there's obviously something we're not seeing
Slick
here.
NASCAR retired from session. I think he did that on pit road. Fortunate to see, but
did he?
Yep. It says he retired.
Okay, he didn't crash. Got it.
No. It'll say a yellow flag even if they retire on pit lane. As a top 5 haven't pitted yet, 7th, 9th, 10th also have not pitted yet. Slick NASCAR also leaves the session. Tiger gets by electric on those 0 laps offs. Baseball kid's going to have a good amount of ground to gain both on track and telemetry wise due to that 5-second penalty of his. So currently he would finish ahead of Josh if the race were to end this lap, but gotta make sure you can build that gap. In all seriousness, I don't really think softs were the play this early on. I mean, we're only about halfway through the race.
Because you have to make another pit stop. And that's...
Yeah, you will most likely have to make another one.
They'll go to another thing of softs, I imagine.
That's
but
why
do
these guys
they have
use
another?
Mediums.
Yeah, do they have another set of softs, or do they use those all during?
I don't think so. As we see already, got the fastest lap of 1:31.3. I think they are one and done. As Josh with a penalty for corner cut. So that's a 3-second for him. As we see a ton of pit happening. And Alpha is slow off the pace. That's it. Why is Slick NASCAR's car still on the track? Riding
Couldn't
around.
tell you.
That's funky. He retired and he left the session. I think that's his AI car because that car is ghosted. We should that one Portugal to get up to 3rd here. He will come out to the lead possibly when Killer and Useless have to pit.
Another caution.
I
wish I can see what's happening.
As Josh was around. There's just a caution following the 1 Alpha Romeo as well because he's going so slow. The AI took over and just haven't retired the car yet, I guess.
Keep an eye on Porchy right here. As Useless has made his pit stop, he goes to
Tiger might take this position away from Porchy. Softs.
Yeah, went to
for
softs.
His last final 9 laps. These softs can make it, but they're not going to be super good towards the end.
I don't know. In that 9-lap range, I think you might be fine.
9 is fine, but these guys who made earlier pit stops, they're going to be 12 laps off.
That's asking a lot.
As Mercedes with a 5-second penalty for speeding pit lane. Unfortunate for the Ferrari owner. He comes in for the softs. As he gets a new front wing as well.
So Useless's advantage has shrunk quite a bit. It's down to 4.6.
Josh with another penalty here. Ended for retirement. Fortunate
for that's a tough Div 1 debut for Josh right there. Winner last night, but tonight just seemed to have a little too many mistakes and try to push into the issue a little bit. And that's going to end up in a P16.
He had a decent showing in qualifying itself. He was my 3rd position pick. But unfortunate for him, his first D1 race comes short. As well as Slick, Hail State, and Movements races all shortened. but we haven't seen an actual wreck retirement. We've just seen retirements on pit road. We haven't seen anybody actually wreck out of this race, which is nice to see.
Yeah, we haven't seen anyone wreck out of the race. We've seen a couple of spins, but they've mostly been tire contact and just spins alone. Not a lot of broken wings. Obviously, Mason came down and fixed a wing, and some of these other guys like Slick and Hale State, they had to come down and fix some stuff. But for the most part, everyone has kept this thing pretty clean.
Yep. See Porchy and Jackson fighting here for third.
Yeah, not going to be much of a battle. It's 2-lap-old softs versus 8-lap-old mediums.
Soaps with
He's going to
another
come back at him.
It'll be 8 laps. When there's contact made between both cars.
Oh.
Jackson sent wide by the Alfa Romeo. That's
I know Jackson, he's not going to like that.
No, sir. He's going to come right back at him with that.
Gonna try going around the outside. Oh, contact! And they're both able to save it.
Jackson's trying to pinch him on down a little bit. That's payback in a sort.
Yeah, that was a frustration move right there from Jackson. You can't really blame him. He has the faster tires and the faster car, it feels like. And he doesn't need to be getting in any
trouble with
any matches with Porchy there.
We'll probably interview the top 3, I think, after this race.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Useless starting to pull away here. Wonder if that's the softs advantage. His is only 1 lap old versus Tiger's 3 lap old softs. Starting to pull away and putting down the fastest lap.
131.3. That is almost identical to Heredia's, I think.
Well, let's go ahead and see.
131. Almost. No, not identical.
393 versus 335.
Look at the numbers mixed around. I thought it was 339. It's killer. 131.2.
Hello.
Take away that fastest lap. But there might be some contact here between Heredia and Porchy. Porchy is just looking for these moves.
Porchy is falling off.
He's losing on time, but he might gain back.
This isn't. I mean, he started on soft, so he had to go to the mediums here. But I mean, it is a little bit of a interesting strategy, something different than the rest of the field.
Kenny. Second penalty.
Well, not sure what happened there. Must have gone off track. But now we're starting to see the penalties rack up. Some of these guys, 3 of them now with penalties. Baseball Kid, Kenny, and Masopes. Both Ferraris with penalties.
Ugh, tough day for a lot of these teams. Haas with mechanical issues. Ferraris just can't stay within the white lines.
You hate to see it.
You really do, man. As Masopes... Oh, we're out of a safety car!
Masopes.
Safety car deployed here on lap 22.
I wish I could go back and watch that. I don't know what happened.
Speak of the devil not being able to hold it between the white lines. That is unfortunate.
This is going to change the race up, though, completely.
We see a lot of cars. Everybody should be coming down pit lane. Everybody coming down pit lane.
Yeah.
Useless on new softs. Jackson on new softs. Tiger on new softs. This is also a time where drivers can actually clear penalties. Or at least diminish them a little bit. As we see with Baseball Kid, he's getting some of that penalty down. Everybody pitting for new tires. Baseball Kid on the mediums, but everybody else on those softs who've come into pit lane. Wow. Now this changes everything.
Yeah, that safety car, this is exactly what happened last night as well. There was a safety car about lap 22. Lap 20 to lap 22, and it took a while for that safety car to get going. It took a while for it to get off the racetrack, so I imagine we'll get back to racing with about 6 to go. Well, maybe 5 to go, because it's 6 to go now, but I think these guys will be able to line up a little quicker. Yeah.
The furthest car back is in turn 1, as declared. So they'll be able to get going. Not this lap, but possibly the next lap. But every car on new tires. There are 2 cars on mediums. It's baseball kit in the lead position. The Mercedes and the McLaren. And so they'll be able to catch up to the field here, and we might get going with about 5 to go here, 5 or 6 maybe. Right now is 7 to go. So we'll get going with 5.
This is going to be the biggest chance for someone to get around Useless. And they're going to have to do it quick. Don't let him set sail. Don't let him get out of DRS again, because you saw what happened last time.
Yeah, but there was a safety car, but I don't see him losing the lead. He's been so dominant on these softs. Because everyone else started this race on softs, and he still pulled that 8-second gap.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you what happened to Masopes there, but I missed it. That was Fox kind of camera work there, but let's see. Looks like Killer is going to hit pit road once more. Put on new softs.
How many softs is he going to get?
Oh, and changing a wing. That might have been the bigger thing on that one.
Yeah. Jax might have some beef here between stewards. Jackson in the stewards chat has said, "You better watch yourself, Porchy."
Yeah,
we'll see. Trouble might brew on up.
Well, now you have them on the same tire, so oh, this should be good. Both of them on the sauce. Both of them on the same lap tire. There's no advantage on tires. ERS is going to be probably the same. And these two have beef. So look out for the Red Bull and Alfa Romeo here, 3rd and 4th. This might be the cause of our next caution.
So I think we will be going green this lap. Killer is not too far behind this field.
It's been a great race for the Alpine so far. Going solo, right? Doesn't have a teammate in this one?
Yeah, the only driver of the Alpine in the race. His teammate Furchinator couldn't make it tonight. So I think that's his D1 teammate.
Yeah, it feels bad to be Baseball Kid or Elite Precision. Both of them on mediums. They're gonna get beat big. But safety car is in this lap, Dylan.
I'm too good.
Oh, what is happening here? What? The tires.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to be going back green flag racing with 6 to go. No.
Just about
5 to go.
5. Oh. There's the
big wreck!
Big wreck in the back. Elite precision into the inside on the left wall. Killer is also stuck back. No, he is not. I'm stupid. All right. Wow, look at this jumbled up mess.
Yeah, that's it for Elite Precision. He's stuck on the racetrack, so is that going to be another safety car?
Nope, he cleared up just in time.
Okay. Big dive from Jackson, almost into the back of the Alpine right there, going into
big dive from Porchy.
Wow.
He really tried it.
That was almost a catastrophe right there for the guys that were running pretty much podium all race long. Jackson and Useless as a cat. Jackson getting in there really deep, trying to intimidate Useless out of the way, but almost ran straight into the back of him. And there goes Kenny.
Kenny Lafleur around. That might be the end of his night. He's not done yet, but point track position-wise, he might be. We see a good battle here between Baseball Kid and Electric Days. His Electric will come up victorious of that battle there. 2 seconds behind Always Joker. 8th place is not in reach at the moment.
That's tight. Killer XL was trying to make the move to the inside of one of those cars and almost spun himself out getting on the curbing. We'll keep it
This
straight.
is a battle for points back here through 9th through 12th.
And Jackson is there. He is to the inside. Battle for the lead.
Jackson. Wheel to wheel.
Oh, he gets forced off.
Always Sugar with a 3-second time penalty as well. The Alpine is swerving to try and negate Jackson's game.
Oh, he's pinching him.
Jackson dives on the inside. There is a caution for the Mercedes baseball kid. We're staying green fully around this track.
Oh, let's not end this under safety car. Come on, guys. Yeah, this safety car completely erased the lead of Useless as a Cat. He had an 8-second lead at one point. Here comes Jackson. He's going to get to the side of him once again.
This is a very heated battle between the first and second position, and I called it early on this, before we started this race. It is going to be a heated battle between these two, and here it is.
No DRS. He couldn't get away from the DRS this time. I'm afraid for Useless. He is going to be in a battle to the end now. Aston Martin staying pretty calm right there, third and fourth. They're just watching.
As Useless is forced off.
Oh no, the wing on the Alpine, and he's going to wreck Jackson on purpose.
Useless. I don't know if it was on purpose. I think it got a bit hooked there.
Oh,
Useless
my goodness, the drama. We kind of saw that coming, though, didn't we?
We did. As Heredia emerges with the lead.
I tell you who really took advantage of this. Look at Aston Martin 1 and 2,
wow,
and Porci in third in Alfa Romeo.
That is unreal. Wow.
Oh, incident report. I missed you from NASCAR Heat 5. We'll see you again after this one.
We shall see you soon.
Wow.
That was a crazy wreck. That almost involved the Aston Martin as well.
Now, if you're Tiger as a teammate, you still have a chance to win this one. You're still in DRS, but you can also play really good defense here for your team owner in Heredia.
Tiger and Heredia are close friends. They're also D1 teammates in that Aston Martin. I do not see Tiger. They may battle it out, but I don't see them battling that hard so that both cars can actually finish this race 1 and 2.
They might not have to worry. They are outside of the DRS of Porci, it looks like, so they don't have to worry about that. Riley, look at the rebound for Riley. Remember, he got wrecked early in this race, and he is all the way back up to P4. Trying to salvage something for the Williams boys today. He's gonna take a look to the inside of Porci, and I think he's gonna have that pass. He's gonna get to his inside, and yeah, give it to Riley.
Riley on the podium. As Porci gets a terrible exit, loses a whole bunch of time. As we see Joker trying to pounce here. He might try to make a move here shortly. Won't be able to get close this time around, but I think we will into the next hairpin coming up. Joker is 3/10 behind as there's a caution on track, but it's for nothing. Everybody's straightened out. As Porci gets a bit loose there.
This race isn't over for the lead, guys. Watch out. Tiger has not forgotten the bumper of Heredia. He's still there. They're outside of the DRS of Riley, but they have a chance to battle this amongst each other. Of course, they don't want to wreck each other, so I imagine they'll play cordial here.
Indeed, I believe they will just sit 1 and 2, whether it be either of them.
But I also know Heredia. He's not a fan of teammate games. He likes actually racing. And he likes having his teammates race him. So here we go. Coming to the white flag, Dylan.
White flag is being shown. Heredia, Tiger, Riley, your top 3 entering this final lap. As there's a heated battle going on for 1 and 2. Not very heated, but it is a battle.
Tiger's there. He's gonna take a look out here to the outside. Here he goes.
Oh, here comes Tiger.
Crossover.
They want to make sure to keep enough space between these cars. They do want to come
How
home
about
1 and
this?
2. As Tiger
Wheel
takes
to
the lead
wheel.
momentarily. Tiger does take the lead here. About a tenth ahead of Heredia. 2 tenths now.
How about that for Tiger? Last lap pass. Can Heredia do anything back? It's not over yet.
Sure. Jack Stallman has retired on pit road. There's a lot more DNFs than we saw last night. There's a lot more harder racing.
Look at this. Look at a bump draft in an F1 car from Heredia. He's gonna send Tiger off the racetrack almost. Still wheel to wheel.
Both cars are number 3. Both cars are trying to intimidate each other. Using that intimidate button as we're coming down to the final second last straight here. Tiger.
I can tell you, Heredia's out of ERS.
Heredia going for a move. Who will come out? It's a drag race.
Oh, the Viking! Oh no! A mistake for the Aston Martins, and Riley in the Williams is gonna make the comeback. You've got to be kidding me!
Oh my God! Do it for Dale. Heredia keeps the P2. Porgy P3. We did not see this coming. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Are you kidding? That was the absolute worst thing that could have happened for Aston Martin, and it's going to end. It's going to keep Heredia on the podium. He will finish second.
Holy!
But, oh my goodness, Tiger!
Wow.
What a heartbreaker!
Wow.
Leader on the last lap to P9. Wow!
Porchy dude gets driver of the day. That is insane.
Riley,
wow, what a race.
From spinning to winning here at Bahrain.
What a race.
Gotta say, that safety car saved him, man. That safety car.
That safety car came in clutch for that Williams driver, and so did that Aston Martin. Wow, we saw 2 sets of leaders within 2 laps wreck each other.
Yeah.
I really thought there would have been a further battle between those two. I cannot believe that is what we just saw.
Just insane. What one season opener. That was just race 1.
Oh my God. You will never see this in real Formula 1, baby.
An actual race where cars are passing. That was insane.
Wow. As we will go through the final finishing positions here. Riley P1, Heredia P2, Porchy P3 to round off the podium. Mr. Hex P4, Joker P5, Killer P6, Electric P7, Clay P8, Tiger P9, Kenny P10, Baseball Kid P11, Jackson P12, Useless P13, Precision P14, Maso P15, Josh P16, Slick P17, Hail State 18th, and Movement rounding out the last of the field in P19 tonight. That is insane.
I can't believe what I just saw. I don't know how in the world. Aston Martin, we were talking about it, they are going to race each other. It's not going to be teammate games. I thought they were going to play cordial with 2 to go. I was wrong. They went after it in the final corner. And Williams ends up victorious.
Hurts. Man, I've never had a more exciting race than that to broadcast here in Hennessey, as I will add the other 3 into the party, as it was Riley, Heredia, and Porchy.
Good gracious. I thought it was going to be a wash day for the Williams before that one safety car. Josh had retired the car, and Riley was mired back there just outside the top 5. It just didn't feel like it was going to happen. And that safety car came out. Everyone went to softs, and I thought Riley was out of it with 2 to go, to be completely honest. Then the Aston Martin started battling. It brought him right back into it.
So do we want to go 3rd to 1st or 1st to 3rd?
We'll go 3rd to 1st.
3rd to 1st. As we will wait for the top 3 to hop on in here, and we will continue with the interviews with when P3 gets up in here. That was a crazy race. That is the most exciting race I've been in the booth for.
I got to see Coda between Tiger and Jackson. That was a pretty good one, too. These F1 races never disappoint in Hennessey. Never. I've not seen one boring one. If real F1 were like this, you would have fans, you'd have NASCAR fans watching it, like, regularly, because it is that good in Hennessey. It's that dramatic and it's that exciting. You don't get that in real F1.
Yeah. The one who asked for the interviews is the one we are waiting on. So we shall get that going momentarily. So, wild finish as we are joined by the entire podium. That one, Portuguese, finishing with a P3 today. Biggest mover, driver of the day. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I probably could have qualified better if I went out earlier. But nonetheless, I mean, it was a difficult race to start with because, starting that far down the field, not the easiest, and I was hoping there'd be a safety car in the middle of the race. But there was a safety car, I think, I think 9 to go or something, and then we restarted with like 5. After the safety car restart, the car just didn't um, it just didn't handle well in those last laps of the race, and I was struggling. And I was hoping to keep it with Riley, but I just couldn't. I just didn't have the pace for it. And then I don't know what the Aston Martins were doing. That's golden. That's the golden rule, racing control. You don't take your teammate out. They could have easily finished 1-2. I mean, that caused me to get on the podium, so I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy finish to a crazy race. Porchi, I saw you started on those softs. I honestly questioned that strategy call, but it seems to have worked out for you. What was your mindset going into this race, starting on those softs?
I was I was thinking about going on mediums, but considering I was that far down, I had to start on softs. That way I could get myself ahead of everyone, because I think by the time I pitted, I was up to fifth, which was the ideal place for me to be in, because if I started on mediums, then I probably would have been down at like ninth or something. So, and the way I look into going into races, you have to go in on a different strategy than the leader, because I mean you're not gonna win the race or improve your position if you just do the same thing as everyone else when you're running the same pace as them. So that's what I also put thought into it, of starting on the softs, and it worked out for me.
Gotcha, man. Jim, you got any questions for our third place finisher tonight?
No real questions for you, Porchy. Just good job weathering the storm there at the end. It looked like it was very chaotic, and you kept the car in one piece. You had a couple run-ins with Jackson, it looked like, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that for future races. Again, congrats on the podium, and have a good night, man.
All right, thank you too.
Yeah, man. Good job tonight.
All right,
As we
thank
will
you.
move on to our second place finisher, the Heredia God. That was quite a race for you. Let's dig through your brain here. What was going through your mind on on that last lap there with Tiger NASCAR, your teammate?
Uh, I just told him. I told him go for it. I told him we could battle. I really don't care what happens. So, just not wreck each other. And we kept it really clean for like that battle. I mean, it was fair game. I gave him room. He gave me room, and he just lost it. He just got on the gas a little too hard on the outside. There's no grip out there, and he just bang, he lost it. And I don't know how I saved it. Still got second, but I mean, it was a good race, good finish. I mean, hopefully, he put on a show for you boys. But it
Yeah,
shows.
that was an insane finish there. Uh, I saw Tiger get loose there on those rumble strips, and I thought you were going with him. But for your sake, I'm glad you didn't get caught up with that mess. I mean, you did get caught up a little bit, but you weren't wrecked out from it. So happy to see that you finished that race P2 at least, salvage some points. I mean, I feel like either way, you would have gotten P1 or 2 there. But that was a crazy finish between you and your Aston Martin teammate, Jim.
Yeah, Heredia, one spot short of a win here. It looked like you had it there for a good amount. You had Tiger back there about 7/10 back with 2 to go, but he must have saved some ERS because he got back to your gearbox and started making moves on you, and it was so fun to watch. I mean, we loved it up here in the booth, so thank you for that. But it also looked like you had ran out of ERS going into out of the final corner. Do you think you would have been able to power off there and beat Tiger if he was able to keep the traction there on the outside?
Right before he spun, I don't know. I think I would have been really close. I don't think I would have got him. I think he had more ERS than me because I was like at 2-3%. So I would have probably ran out before he did. He probably would have won, but I mean, Aston Martin 1-2 would have been the best outcome. But I mean, I don't know. Okay, it shows that we have potential for this constructor championship this season. So be aware.
Yeah, plenty of speed there at the end and throughout the entire race. It felt like you were both right there in the third and fourth positions before Useless and Jackson had their incident. It felt like y'all were right there in the thick of it, right there for podium spots. So really good outing for Aston Martin. Not the way you wanted it to finish, but congrats again on second, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Man, that was a crazy finish there. As we are coming along to our race winner, Riley 48. What? Like that's the only word I can think of when thinking about that finish of the race. Go through that last corner for us real quick and just go through your mind what happened in front of you.
I mean, I was just trying to set myself up for P3 on the podium, and I kind of got a little bit of a run on Heredia as he was like getting under Tiger, and then Tiger gets loose and kind of takes Heredia with him, which I'm surprised Heredia was even able to save that, but that was just crazy.
Crazy it was. But going through that race, with your reserve driver of Josh wrecking out early. I don't know if he wrecked out, but he did get wrecked. Spun it a little bit, retiring in the pit lane. Give me your thoughts on that. Like, he was running pretty well, but just had some unfortunate circumstances come on up, and I know you were the Alpine owner, so I want to pick your brain a little bit with that one.
I mean, he has the pace. He's just gotta clean up a little bit of the mistakes. It's not too big of a deal at this point, this early in the season. Like, I mean, he was faster than me pace-wise, like, easily.
I gotcha, man. Well, Jim, if you want to finish it off here.
Well, Riley, I need a little more emotion out of Jimmy Johnson right here. I'm not sure what this is, but you just want to race off the final corner because the two leaders wrecked right in front of you, and you're acting like you finished like 10th. Where's the emotion?
Well, I had a little bit of time between the race and interview.
Oh, I wish I could have been in the party for that one because I bet you said woohoo. That was about it. But
yeah, that probably was.
You salvaged a good day for the Williams. I really didn't even think you were going to be top 5 after the early spin and all that. Can you kind of go through what happened there? It looked like it was either you and Joker or something happened back there on like lap 5 or something.
Yeah, I mean, he got a little hot into the braking zone. I believe it was turn 1, and it spun me, and I kind of got out of that DRS train, and really the strategy there is to go from mediums to softs, and because I was out of DRS, I wanted to save those softs just in case for a scenario just like this, and it worked out because was on the hards until that safety car.
Yeah, that safety car saved a whole bunch of y'all, but you came back out of nowhere. You pulled a little bit of a Kevin Harvick and just kind of, I mean, You weren't even in DRS. It felt like until one to go, like the final lap. It felt like you were in the draft and you were moving. But before that, it seemed like you were about 1.7 to 2 seconds back from them. Once they started battling, you had a chance at it and you took full advantage of it. Got yourself a win. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that was a fantastic race from all you guys in this party, the top three. Thank you guys for joining us here as we will wrap up this stream tonight. Thank you to everybody joining us here for the first round of the F1 2023 Division 1 race, first race for these top guys. I want to thank everyone for coming out. And Jim, any closing thoughts?
Come back next week for maybe even a crazier race. I don't know how you can top that, but that was phenomenal racing from start to finish, flag to flag, and it's just gonna only get better as the season goes on.
True. And I want to wish everybody a a good night, and we will see you guys next week. See you later.